All right, hello everybody. I was at the Miami Grand Prix this past week, and my wife and I went to the races. We this is our third year in a row of going, and we went Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this year, and so we were able to see the practice sessions, the qualifying, all the different races, and man, I got to tell you, it was just an absolutely incredible and super fun experience. Those of you that have been to the Miami Grand Prix know how incredible it is, in the sense that they built a track and an experience of different locations and campuses and villages throughout the entire parking lot at the Miami Dolphins Stadium. It's just phenomenal what they're able to accomplish. And I just wanted to touch on a couple of key points in our experience this weekend that I think would apply well to any one of our clients, any one of our businesses, or any one of the dealers in the retail automotive space. And that is that there was such an air of excitement in the air, Yeah, I just said that. But seriously, let me just touch on a few points. It's a huge event. There's staffing from all over the place. And when you walk in, even the front gate, even the people that are checking your bags and checking your tickets are just absolutely friendly and welcoming. Every person that we ran into, whether it was a drink vendor, food vendor, people working the event, everybody was in such a good mood. There's people from all around the world, all around the country at this event. And yes, of course, Formula One definitely caters to it's more of an upscale brand with an upscale catering. And certainly there's plenty of people with a lot of money there enjoying the experience as well, too. But in our 3 days there, we saw people from all walks of life, from all economic backgrounds. The common denominator there primarily being that everybody was there to have a good time, enjoy the race. There was no politics. There were no grand statements of anything that would divide anybody or give anybody a bad taste. All it was fun, excitement, race cars, music, food, drinks, dancing. I mean, you name it. It's almost like the Formula One weekend here in Miami it's like a music festival. It's a food and wine festival. It's an art festival. I mean, the amount of art installations throughout the entire camp is just unbelievable. But at the end of the day, what the real takeaway is there's a sense of joy. Everybody is there having a great time, enjoying this special experience. And everybody that we came in contact with who was working there shared that. And I think that is just an absolutely phenomenal takeaway to apply to any business, particularly the retail car business, right? I mean, we're in a business that is focused on selling essentially a pretty exciting and pretty high dollar product to the customer. And it should be fun. It should be an exciting experience for our customers in the retail automotive space, or quite frankly, for any business. And, here at Herman, we focus on brand, we focus on strategy, we focus on creative. Those are our three main pillars: brand, strategy, and creative. And when talking about brand, what is the brand? Your brand is not what you say your brand is. Your brand is the experience of doing business with you. And I can say the Formula One brand is extremely strong because interacting inside the Formula One world is a lot of fun. Every detail is paid attention to. There was nothing that was overlooked. Every little corner, every area that you looked was thought through, from a marketing perspective, from an experience perspective. And right, yes, it's a multi-billion-dollar brand, and they have a lot of assistance and professionalism going into it. That doesn't mean that those of us that own businesses, or those of you that own businesses and dealerships, can't apply that same level of enthusiasm and attention to detail. We live in a world where technology has become so prevalent. in all of our businesses, it's easy to forget sometimes that at the end of the day, the business is often about a human experience, about the experience of meeting a new person, welcoming a new person into your company, into your business, and making that special for them, especially when they're going to be spending potentially an awful lot of money or getting themselves a loan or a lease to acquire your product or your vehicle in the case of retail automotive. Shouldn't that be fun? Shouldn't be an exceptional experience for the customer? And of course, yes, it is. But I'm saying this because in the 20 years of owning and operating this agency and my almost 30 years of working in the retail automotive sector, too often we get focused and our clients get focused on the digital tools, the digital marketing, the reports, trying to determine what the analytics are telling us about the performance of our dealership, or of your dealership, that is. And it becomes so engrossing that it's very easy for the men and women in the retail business or in any business. You become so engrossed in all this data and all these analytics that it becomes very easy to forget about the human factor. And, in my podcasts thus far this year, the topic of the human element seems to be more and more a focus, right? Especially in this day of AI. I realize I'm veering a little bit from the whole Miami Grand Prix thing, but what I'm really trying to say here is that experience was great because it was thought through. It was an exciting product, and all of the people that we came in contact with were excited, friendly, and upbeat, and so were all the people participating. Let's not lose that type of enthusiasm in the retail car business as well, too, as we continue to move into the world of AI, as we continue to get further engrossed in digital retailing, our websites, the metrics, and the analytics that we all have to look at. 9 times out of 10, a store's performance can be improved more quickly if the leadership and management of the stores took more time to be focused on interacting with their teams and their customers. We all know how easy it is for a general manager to get swept away in reports and meetings and analytics and all this stuff, when at the end of the day, it has been my experience that the stores that do big retail volume, right, the stores that sell a lot of cars, are not always the ones that are super focused on the data analytic and the analytics. In my experience, the stores that really sell a lot of cars and make a lot of money are run by men and women who are absolutely hands-on with their team and their customers. They create an environment of excitement. They are engaged with their team and the people walking through the door. And what does that do? That makes people feel good. It makes people want to do business with you because the leadership and the team and the people that they're interacting with make them feel good. And I can't stress that enough. We are going to continue to move forward in a digital world into an AI world. None of us know exactly where all of that is leading, but it is most certainly leading us in a direction where the thought process could be, well, now I have a tool that handles that. Now I have a tool that can analyze this. Now I can do all this stuff. Okay, well, if you have all these tools assisting you, what better way to use the time that could be freed up, not in continual analysis, but in more engagement with your team and with your customers, regardless of what business it is that you are running. Formula One is a massively data-driven enterprise, right? Of course, AI plays a huge role in every bit of what they do, from logistics to track set to track and race setup to to the performance of the car, right? But what made the experience great was the vibe, the people, the energy, how much fun it was to participate in that experience. And so, are you thinking about that in the day-to-day business of owning and operating your store or your business? Are you focused on engaging with your team? Are you focused on engaging with your customer, looking them in the eye, listening to what their concerns are? At the end of the day, that's where the real performance lies in a sales environment. It still comes down to a one-to-one personal transaction. So hopefully I've made some sort of point here today in trying to tie in some correlations between the incredible experience of a Formula One race to how we can take those lessons of excitement, enthusiasm, personal engagement, and use them in the day-to-day operations of our businesses. So I hope that's been helpful, and I wish you a good day. Thanks.